Yes, it's Monday. Monday is the first official work day of the week, and today is another Monday. Of course, let's talk about some topical issues affecting us, affecting you and I on the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. This is the flow of God's own state. And of course, this is where we serve you a wonderful radio experience, the talk show on radio, part of our morning show, The Morning Spice, serving you a menu of elevated conversations in a frank, easy, but intellectually stimulating manner. Of course, it is your dose of opinions with a tinge of seriousness and maturity. My name is Michael Oni. This morning, we're talking politics. I'm sure you followed what happened over the weekend concerning party politics, the All Progressives Congress to be concerned. The local government congresses of the APC, it deepened the crisis in the party's state chapters where party chieftains have been battling for control. A parallel congress is held across board, and not all the states anyways. But that local government congress took place in 35 states of the federation and the FCT, while Delta State boycott the local government congress due to a court order restraining the party in conducting such exercise. But then let's talk about what happened in Abia State, especially on Saturday. The APC held parallel congresses to elect party executives in the 17 local government areas of the state. And the party, you remember, had on July 31 conducted parallel world congresses. Well, Honorable Sonny Goli from Nembe Brass Federal Constituency in Bayelsa only supervised the Congress conducted to the faction loyal to Chief Ikeche Menike, chieftain of the party. Nonetheless, the faction loyal to the state chairman of the party, Chief Donatus Wampa, went ahead to conduct its own Congress across the state. But let's go straight to the conversation this morning. I have Chief Barrister Friday Nwosu joining me virtually, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State. He was an aspirant for the party's ticket in 2019 governorship election. Chief, we're happy to have you again on Flow FM. Good morning to you, and thank you very much for joining us on the platform on FM.
Good morning, and thank you for having me online.
Great. We hope to have a wonderful conversation. Just like the World Congress of the last month, the local government congress held yesterday with regular intrigues, different factions laying claim to the leadership of the APC in Abia State. Sir, which is the right side?
The right side of the Congress, by law, by every conceivable legal standing, is the side of the Congress, whether there is any other side, but the side where the committee is sent by the national executive of the party supervise.
Okay.
That is the right side. That is the legal, that's the lawful, and that's the constitutional side.
That's the one.
I don't.
Supervised by Honorable Sonny Goli, I believe. That's the one.
Yes, Sonny Goli, yes.
Okay.
That is the real Congress of APC that took place in Abia State.
So during 2015, you were on Donatus Wampa's side of APC, but now you understand with what you said now, you have aligned with High Chief Ikeche Menike's faction. What happened? Why are you saying that High Chief Ikeche Menike's side is the right side to stay with at this point in time when the party is filled with a lot of intrigues?
In 2015, I was not in any side of APC. 2015, I was a chieftain of PDP, still struggling in court to retrieve the governorship mandate I laid claim to that time. Anyway, unfortunately, in 2018, the Supreme Court said it was not to be. So 2015, I was not part of it. But 2018-19, yes, I was in APC. Hello?
Yes, I'm getting you. You're saying 2015 you were with the APC and there were no facts.
In PDP.
Okay, in PDP.
I was in PDP, yes.
Oh, interesting. All right, but in 2019, sorry, that should be an error. In 2019, I mean, you were
yes.
with Honorable Donatus Wampa's side of the APC. But right
Yes, I
now,
was.
you are with High Chief Ikechi Emenike's faction. So I'm asking, what happened?
What happened is that towards the time of these congresses, Nwosu, I went to High Chief Ikechi Emenike and say, please, come out and impress everybody in the state. I went to Chief Donatus Wampa and said, look, this man, you people say you are suspended. He is the secretary of a strategic committee in the party at the national. The federal government controlled by the party has appointed him the pro-chancellor and governing council chairman of University of Nigeria. This man, the federal government has appointed his wife, Nigerian ambassador to the United States of America. This man was just few days ago the chairman of Anambra State governorship screening panel. And here in the state, you say you suspend such a person. It doesn't portray us as reasonable people. I wrote this thing in a message to him. I told him I'm coming to see you. I came and saw him and his party executives, some of them, including the party secretary and all that. I said, you people cannot.
Yes, Barrister, can you hear me? Hello, Barrister. All right, I think we lost the connection there. You know, it's a virtual conversation, and it may not be 100% smooth, but we're going to reach him. We've been speaking with Chief Barrister Friday Nwosu, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State, and he's been telling us the reasons that High Chief Ikechi Emenike's side of APC in Abia State is the right side, of course, to be at this point in time where intrigues are filled, the party is filled with intrigues, and of course a lot of definitely intrigues and politicking as far as party politics is concerned. It is still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM, and this morning, in case you just joined us, we're looking at the intrigues that followed the APC's local government congress that took place. So I think we have Chief Barrister Friday Nwosu back now. Yeah, Barrister, can you hear me? You were just about telling us how important, how you found yourself with High Chief Ikechi Emenike.
Where I am now.
Okay, great.
Whether with Chief Emenike, but I am in the mainstream of APC, not in splinter, not in a disobedient group of people. So now, I said, look, Congress is coming, let us put everybody together and organize one Congress. He said no. Okay, no problem. As far as I'm concerned, wherever the national leadership of the party recognizes among these they are quarreling, that is where I belong to. And when the Congresses came, they sent the committee to come and organize war congresses. I attended the stakeholders meeting. I participated in the war congresses. The results, the appeals were there. People made representations. Others, on the other camp, said they declared the committee sent by the national wanted, declared them wanted, and said they have nothing to do with them, and went ahead to do a mockery. Now, the result was out, and the Congress conducted by the committee sent by the national was recognized.
Okay.
And the local government congresses came up.
Are you confirming that the World Congress that was organized, I mean, that the one that was conducted last month, the results of that World Congress has been accepted by the national body?
Yes, now.
Wow.
I'm saying so because I know.
Now that you are confirming that,
yes,
now that you are confirming that, one will be asking, though, despite accepting from your side, I mean, the mainstream, the one you call the mainstream, despite accepting the outcome of that World Congress from the one monitored by Honorable Sonny Goli, what prompted the other side from going ahead even with the local government Congress?
People, outlaws are bound to disobey the law. But when you are in a team, you are playing football, and the referee blows whistle and says there is a goal, and you say you don't agree with that goal, what are you doing? When a referee has blown whistle, blast the whistle for a goal, and you say I don't agree, and you are still in the field, I mean that is sheer stupidity and foolhardiness. Now there is every rule there is in any game. There is rule of the game. There is rule of engagement.
Okay.
The rule of engagement in this politics, in party politics, is that political party is one. The state divisions, state chapters are merely administrative. Once the national takes a stand in primary election, in congresses, the stand of the national is the stand of the party. And the case is not far-fetched. MNK against PDP, and it happened in Abia State in 2010-2011. So, this time around, that the national has sent their panel, their committee members to come and organize what congresses they did. They have also sent, and they have come and organized local government congresses, they have done so. And somebody who says a member of the party is doing something else. Let us see where they are going now.
Okay.
I can assure you that those people are not working for APC. They are working for somewhere else.
Somewhere
Some
else.
interests that are not APC interests. Yes.
Interesting. So you're alleging anti-party activities.
Aggravated one.
Oh, interesting. So maybe the local government congress has shown that indeed there is a crack on the wall, which some stakeholders are pretending not to see. How much impact do you think the party has a divided hawk?
There is no division. There are people who are working for PDP 2015, 2019. And the national leadership of the party have seen good reason to redirection the party. So those people who have been working against the interests of APC for long, once they are no longer recognized, they will either belong to APC or they join the party of their choice. Okay,
you're saying the house is not divided, Barrister, but let's look at the stakeholders on both sides, because we've been the follow-up event as far as this crisis is concerned. I'm talking about journalists in Abia State. And if we look at it, there was this stakeholders meeting that was held at the Azikiwe Road APC Secretariat. Also, they are also laying claim to having a secretariat there, just as Uzuakol is also being a secretariat, so which is actually one of the confusion being thrown because of the outside, because of this crisis. Now, let's look at those stakeholders at the other side. We have the likes of a senator, a senator from Abia North, Senator Odiuzo Kalu, Dr. Alex Oti, who defected from Abga last year, and some other persons, just to mention a few, Representative Benjamin Okezekalu. These are high-ranking members of your party, and one will be asking if they are pitching tent with the other side, and yet the national body is aligning with High Chief Ikechi Menike's side of APC. Don't you think the national headquarters is even causing more of this trouble than finding a way to finding a lasting solution to this problem and this division that seems that party stakeholders are saying there are no division in the party?
I believe that the Pro FM does not have supervisory or superintending role over and above the APC national leadership. I believe so.
Not at all.
I can state that as a fact. I can say
yes, it's a fact.
Pro FM cannot be playing a superintending or supervisory role over the national leadership of APC in Abuja.
Not at all. Not at all. Yes. I agree with you.
So when the national has agreed to do something, and you, a person, is telling us that they are putting more confusion, what are you trying to do?
It's a question. I believe the national body should superintend on all the activities.
The answer is no, my brother. The answer is no. The national leadership of the party, they know who is who in the party.
Okay.
They know who in spirit and in truth are members of the party. And if you have mentioned His Excellency Dr. Wakala as belonging to what you call the other faction, okay, go and verify where he belongs to, because I know he belongs to the party, not to a faction.
Okay.
But if His Excellency has chosen to be in a faction, that's very, very unfortunate. The national leadership of the party cannot be given a directive, and you now you are telling us that His Excellency Dr. Wakala does not agree with the national. I wonder from where you get that information. Go and verify that information whether it is correct too. Because I don't see His Excellency Dr. Wakala as responsible as he is, leaving the national leadership of the party to go and play a fashion in Abia State. I don't believe you are correct too.
All right, Barrister.
Then we are talking about Dr. Alex Yoti. Go also and verify. Did he declare that he belongs to a faction?
Well, he was at Azikiwe Road last week. It's in the social media. I mean, the pictures are all over there.
What was Dr. Alex doing there?
There was a stakeholders meeting ahead of the local government congress. This I can verify.
Okay. Was Dr. Wakala there too?
A representative was there. So beyond that, so that this will not lead to an argument, Barrister.
Was His Excellency Dr. Wakala at that Azikiwe Road that day you are talking about?
He wasn't present, but let's move on.
He wasn't present. Okay. Was the Honorable Benjamin Carlo there?
He wasn't present, Barrister.
And why are you inferring that they belong to where they didn't attend?
All right. Beyond that, Barrister, let's move on now to some other issues. Why has it become almost impossible, if I can put it that way, to reconcile all the aggrieved members of your party?
Before now.
Yes.
Before now, what was happening was that PDP was working against some recalcitrant elements in the party. But I believe in my mind that the national leadership of the party has decided for the direction of the party and place the party in the hands of us, APC people. At the conclusion of these congresses, my brother, you will see whether there is a track or not. I can assure you that everybody will fall in line. And those who want to belong to any other party will go to that party and belong. But for you to have leadership and presiding people in the party taking directives from another party, from the government opposed to our party, and coming to spoil our party, I believe that will be sorted out very soon. I can assure you, I can reiterate that since you did not see His Excellency Dr. Wakala in that Azikiwe meeting, you didn't see Honorable Benjamin Sali in that meeting, don't infer that they are or they were where they were not. If you saw Dr. Alex Yoti there, Dr. Alex Yoti is a gentleman. If he has made a mistake, he will also correct his mistake and come to believe and obey and comply with the directives of the national leadership of the party, because I know Dr. Alex is a responsible person.
All right. I want to really appreciate your time this morning on the program, Chief Barrister Friday Nwosu. Thank you very much. And of course, we will keep the tab with you as far as development in your party is concerned. We do appreciate you this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. The party will be good now, not as it was before. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. We've been speaking with the chieftain of the All Progressives Congress in Abia State. He was an aspirant for the party's ticket, I'm talking about APC, in 2019 governorship election. And of course, you heard him. And I'm sure you can make your decision from the conversation we had. We'll take a break now. When we return, I will be speaking with another chieftain from the APC. And if you've just joined us, it is the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM Monday edition. And we are still looking at that Congress that held on Saturday, parallel local government congresses that held in Abia State. The stakeholders of the party will say, well, there are no factions, but then what our reporters filed in from the field reported division in the party. For example, in Umahia, Umuahia North local government. The local government congress that took place, one was held at Dr. Alex Otis' former campaign office. That's for Umuahia North. At the same time, simultaneously, another one was going on somewhere in Ohuhu. So these are some of the questions we're trying to find answers to this morning on the program, the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM. We take a break now. When we return, the conversation continues.
At Flow 94.9 FM, we've got conducive and well-secured environment for business, high-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.
All right, thank you very much for staying tuned. Still the platform, the pinnacle of all discussions on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. And we're still looking at the aftermath of that local government congress that was held in Abia State, talking about the All Progressives Congress to elect party executives in the 17 local government areas of the state. Of course, do not forget that congresses were conducted. That was in July, not August. July 31. World congresses, of course, and our reporters on the field reported parallel congresses across board. Anyways, we have Chief Acho Bioma, popularly known as Chomen. He has been in politics for a long time, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, a former member of the House of Representatives for Umuahia Ikwana Federal Constituency. Chief, glad to have you join us. Good morning to you and welcome to the platform on Flow FM.
Good morning. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're in confusion right now. I'm talking about journalists as to what is happening concerning APC in Abia State. So the big question here I will be starting with is, who is the leader of APC in Abia State?
Thank you very much. It depends on what you mean by who is the leader. In terms of the party structure,
yes,
the chairman of the party, Honorable Donatus Wankpa, I'm sure you know he's the state party chairman. Yeah, in that angle, he's the leader of the party. But in terms of maybe political leadership, that has to do with the protocol. And then looking at what we call our caucus. In the APC constitution, we have a caucus. That caucus, the constitution states those that can be members of caucus. Former National Assembly members, former governors, former deputy governors. And then some categories of state officers, like the state chairman, like deputy, like the youth leader, woman leader, and secretary. Those are members of the caucus. What the constitution has done is to look at those who have passed through the rigors of electioneering, and then they see them as the true leaders of the party. So that this will make up what we call caucus. If we have like those who had attained certain level in the party, also members of it, then we are supposed to opt two persons from each of the zones that will now make up that. Then in the caucus, I did that there, and the chairman of caucus is Senator Ojus Okalo, who is the former governor of Abia State, and then I'm the secretary of caucus. So in that context, you can say that OUK or Ojus Okalo is the party.
Okay. Sir, you led the President Muhammadu Buhari's campaign council in Abia State. That was in 2019. Yes. Your party, as it stands now, has two secretariats in Umuahia. Your party had parallel ward and the local government congresses. The same APC is still saying there is no division. From then till present, these were some of the intrigues that played out from when you held that position till date. Where is this problem coming from?
I'm surprised to hear that there are two secretariats of APC. I only know one. And if you go to INEC, you also see that there's only one secretariat. And that the state chairman of the party is one, but we don't have two state chairmen of party. So the issue of faction or this secretariat you're talking about is a question of maybe one or two individuals who, I mean, are known for this kind of, attitude and behavior. The only problem I believe we have in Abia APC is the one Chomen. And those who have known him in his sojourn in politics, from his NPP days to PDP to all that, he's always played a solo game and always playing a spoiler's game. At any time, he creates his own little cocoon and then speculating issues or using the courts and all that to create affection and some kind of destabilization tactics that he does all the time. So it's the same thing that continues to play out.
Okay.
He did it. He joined us in APC towards the end of 2014, 2015 when we had started. He came in when we were to do our congresses there. He came in and then started this competition of trying to have another parallel Congress. At the end of the day, he failed. In 2019, he did the same thing, and he failed. The same thing he did during primaries. You know that our governorship candidate was in court all through up to Supreme Court, until finally the Supreme Court gave that to it. So it's part of him. He believed that, like he said, he's close to Buhari, is either his son or Buhari, he's close to this person, some northern oligarchy and all that, for that they have to give him the party. Do they give party? We're talking about democracy. If you're a Democrat, what you should look out for is how you can get popular, let the people believe in you and support you. Even if you take the party and give to him, what can he do with the party? If it's easy to create a party and then use it to achieve what you want, and you don't need people, then you can go and create another party somewhere. And don't want to inherit the one other people have created. And you think that now, if you use the power that be that you know, and say, give me the party and take the party, then you'll be everybody will be forced to join you. It's not true. The party APC, when you go to national, the person there is Buni and the caretaker. If you come to Abia, you can't come to Abia and talk about APC, don't talk about Nwosu Wankpa and his SQ, and then where the party is domiciled. And then you go to marketplace and gather people and say, these are APC people, and then you have done Congress for them. There's a symbol, there is a face of the party. The moment you depart from that face of the party, you can't. That's why you can see INEC in the World Congresses. INEC said we know only one party, and that party is Wankpa. And so anything that will be done, any letter, any communication, will be Wankpa, because the communication they have from the headquarters says that Donatus Wankpa is the state chairman of the party, and that the office is in Azikiwe. So they will continue to deal with them until otherwise. For now, they don't have any
what is confusing here, if you call it separation, you do not believe there are factions, you call it separation, and you mentioned someone's name who some persons are loyal to, that because that's what the faction that journalists are seeing on the street, on the field. Now, one will be asking the big question here is, Honorable Sonny Goli from Nembe Brass Federal Constituency in Bayelsa State, that was sent during the World Congress, supervised the Congress conducted by the High Chief Ekeche Menike that you mentioned. He also came in, that was on Saturday. He monitored the Congress that was also conducted by him. And the big question is, if the rightful person is Honorable Donatus Wankpa, then why is the person, the team sent from Abuja, from the national headquarters of APC to monitor the exercise, aligning with the High Chief Ekeche Menike?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, my brother, there's always a mischief. People can behave anyhow. But if, assuming National had asked Goli, come to Abia for the purpose of congresses, and before Goli was sent, all the measurements across board had been asked, go to your state, those that will come with the form for the sale of nomination forms will meet with the party. And they came from Abia, met with Donatus Wankpa and the party, and the secretariat sold forms to people. The The same party asked Donatus Wankman to set up a screening committee in consultation with leaders. He did that. And set up what is it called again? Appeal committee.
Yes.
An appeal committee did their own. And also back to identify areas where the congresses to be conducted, and which he now forwarded to INEC. So the party had given the constitution, the guideline had given the chairman his role to play. Those coming from Abuja is more or less coming to witness and then be able to be part of the exercise with the state chairman. So if Goni was asked to come to Abia to conduct exercise in the party, who is the party? Who gave him the register to use to identify those who are party? Who will tell him who is who? So if you came back and decided to go and meet one man and do your personal business with him and call it name of party, cannot. When the issue comes up, they will ask you, which party did you go to? And they will ask the chairman, what happened? He didn't see the man. He said, I didn't see him. But I carried on with their side. So even as a layman, who is not part of us, let me say just in politics in terms of what we are doing, that layman is like, you're not part of APC. And this is the process. And then somebody comes from Abuja. And instead of coming to meet to the party, he went to Market Square, or he went to Ibeku, or he went to Mokwana, and met one man there, who is his friend. And then he went and said he conducted an exercise. Anything he conducted more be exercise in fertility. You can't start tests of legality or law anywhere. Because APC and as a party has guidelines. APC as a party has structures. Who does what? The national chairman cannot do state chairman's job. There are prescriptions that things you are supposed to do.
Okay.
So if the man sent by them decided to be foolish and do the wrong thing, that wrong thing can never stand for right. It's not
Chief,
possible.
There is a big problem here, Chief. A total of 442 local government executive members emerged from your side. And I can also confirm to you that a total of 442 local government executive members emerged from the other side. So,
yes, I'm not friendly any ignorance of that.
Yes, if APC doesn't get it right now, this is the grassroots, this is the structural arrangement for the party. How will the party move on, of course, to unite for a fight come the next general election? Do you see an end to this fight?
No, there'll be an end. Like I said, Ikechi had been known for this act. He did it towards the end of last election, and he lost. He has started that again. At any time there is congresses, he comes with this, or primaries, he comes with this. And believing that, as a matter of fact, for us, he's an agent of destabilization. That's what the case is. But we always remain focused. 99% of the party is on one side. And there's nothing KT can do to disorganize that 99%. I can assure you that. This battle is on. The process of reviewing what has happened and all that will come. And I'm sure in a few days, the whole thing will be sorted out. And it will not be in the favor of the KT in any form, because it will not stand the test of any legal.
Just the final question, just before I let you go this morning on the program. APC caucus held a meeting somewhere in Ikwana local government and ratified the suspension of High Chief Ikechi Emenike from the party. Despite this, some appointments are still coming from the national, from the APC-led government, and most of these appointments goes to those loyal to High Chief Ikechi Emenike. If he's not in good terms, why are those appointments given to those loyal to High Chief Ikechi Emenike?
Okay, thank you very much. You know, in politics, there are two sides of the process. One is the political party process. One is the executive appointment process. And the executive appointment process, you know, is domiciled within the powers of whoever detects that, like the president. Okay? Even in the other political parties, or in every setting, you find out that sometimes those who have the opportunity, you know, or who have discretion to give out this largesse or appointment and all that, sometimes they don't follow the actual process is shown. They start looking at considerations to other issues like, oh, my friend, oh, my brother, oh, my sister, oh, my this. They don't look at those who have actually worked for the party. So Ikechi probably is lucky. He's close to those that do these appointments.
Okay.
And they think that if he gives you the appointment, it's going to make him probably popular. It's going to make people run around him. But the character and the personality of the man, Ikechi, still don't encourage people to go to him. Even they give him one appointment. So this appointment, you will watch it. By the time the government of Buhari is over and that government comes in, it might be me now, it might be Honorable Bioma that all appointments will be going through. But I would never want every appointment to go through me. I want it to go through the system. Those who are work for the party, let's go through the party. Political party process. That's why they identify party. In normal politics and political process, even during the ANPP, NRC and all that, the moment election finishes, the party will submit list of those who have worked for the party, those who have played one role or the other, those who have financed this. From there, they will give appointments. But this time around is a different ballgame. Some few people constitute themselves and start looking at their friends and using it to compensate friends. But it's not a normal situation. We can't use a normal situation and make it to be a good process. It's a very bad process.
All right. So has the party accepted the those that came through? I mean, the leaders of the party at the ward level. I mean, the one conducted on July 31. I mean, the national body. Has it been accepted?
The secretary of the party announced that all the chairman of the caretaker committee or the caretaker committee of the states should swear in those who were elected.
Okay.
And that was done in Abia.
All right.
Legally.
All right.
The state chairman did that. And secondly, if you look at the CTC copy from INEC, as per those in their own thinking that the match winners and the one that supervise, we got the CTC copy. And that is the Congress that Honorable Wangpan midwife. And it's a legal document too at the end of the day.
All right.
Because INEC has a role to play in the process of Congress and primaries. It's in the electoral act as amended.
All right.
Anyone they did not, and if they say there is no Congress, there is no Congress. If they say this is the Congress, and that's what it is.
I want to really appreciate you, Chief Acho Obioma. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on the platform on Flow FM.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys.
And we will keep a tab with you as far as the development in the party is concerned.
And I want to encourage all our APC members to remain strong. Nothing will happen. We are flying high. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining us. Right, he's popularly known as Chomen. He's a chieftain of the APC, a former member of the House of Representatives for Umuahia Ikwana Federal Constituency. The lines are very much open. Let's talk about the aftermath. You've heard from both sides. And what do you make of this internal wranglings in APC, especially in Abia State? And the parallel Congress is held to elect party executives in the 17 local government areas of the state. That was on Saturday. 0808 182 6949 0811 605 2949. You can also drop messages on 0906 510 8289. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Michael.
You're welcome.
My name is Sir Ike.
You're welcome, Sir Ike.
Yes, it's unfortunate that for the past 12 years in Abia, APC has not been able to have a formidable opposition for Abia State. And yet, some people are talking about taking over Abia. It's not going to work because the House, in such kind of, with that kind of crisis and breakers, cannot come to govern Abia. Because what it's going to be is like bringing more crisis and insecurity as we have been experiencing under APC in this country. Such things cannot happen in Abia. We cannot allow APC to take over Abia and give us Ruga and Islamization as it is being experienced in this country. Such cannot happen. APC should come together and give us a meaningful opposition. That's the only way out. But they're taking over Abia State. I don't think they are serious. It's not going to happen under PDP. PDP remains the.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Michael, on a good morning. We're pushing a bit on the line.
Good morning to you.
Thank you. Michael, and I was able to listen to the two people that you interviewed this morning, Nwosu and the former rep member.
Yes.
I was able to pick one thing from Nwosu. He said he met two of them, pleading with them to resolve whatever differences that they had. Now, he understood that they were not ready to resolve it. The reason why he decided to join Chomen is national body can identify Chomen. That means he is the authentic member, not minding whatsoever that the Azikiwe chapter are doing. That's number one. Number two is this, Michael Oni.
Yes.
If they should be having such problem in the past, my brother, take it to the bank that if peradventure, God forbid, APC take, God forbid, I repeat. See, the deputy and the governor will always be.
All right.
I do not want to forget in a hurry that there was one man in APC was having problem with his deputy until they left office. God forbid, should we touch people power to handle another state? That means either we'll go back 15 years backward, God forbid.
All right. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Jerry. I'm calling from here.
All right, Jerry, welcome.
First of all, Mike, I want to commend you for the very objective questions you threw at your guest this morning. I was able to listen, and I want to place it on record that Acho Bioma observed this morning that Mr. President Buhari did not do appropriate appointments, having considered people that are loyal to Ikechi Emenike. That's number one. He's on record. He's blaming Mr. President. And again, I listened to the factional chairman of APC, the one from with the side of Emenike this morning, when he said that there are no factions, and Ipegebe Friday Nwosu is also saying there are no factions. So how can you deceive Abians? Your house is not in order. You say you are going to put the house in order before 2023, and you are still saying there are no factions. That is to say you are deceiving Abians. What I'm trying to say here is this. As far as APC is concerned, that party is not ready. Look, in the Bible, you don't give responsibilities to men who cannot control their families very well. Therefore, Abia State cannot be entrusted in the care of a party like APC that cannot put itself together. Look at the big ways. I think Lexoti is confused. He just joined the party. He doesn't know where to belong, whether to do it with Emenike. But the truth is this. Emenike is a strong force in APC, whether anybody likes it or not. And that is why the national recognizes him. So we cannot entrust Abia State in the hands of APC. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. Hello, good morning to you. Welcome.
Blessed morning this morning, Mr. Michael.
You're welcome.
So, for you calling from the
all right.
Yeah, Mr. Michael, do you know the exactly problem of this APC in other states?
No.
The only good in observing and doing their left, right. But instead of them to post a little, observe attention to certain who is commanding them. But they only listen to the two, but without ascertaining the person that is commanding them. The person that is commanding them is invisible. It's not where to be found. So that's what we have to understand. That if they can be able to understand, even though that somebody is doing this, even though that is a group that is doing this, they have to put themselves in order. Come and ascertain the person that is commanding it. Whereas you ask this person says no fashion, you ask the other person, they will say no fashion. But only what we are seeing, what we have been observing in this other state, that there is a different and a big fashion. And this has been trending. And they don't want to put their house in order, but I have left over them. But what I want to say here, I'm sorry because of our leaders, those who are over there.
All right.
It's not them to come down and put things in order. They are there.
All right. Thank you very much. We need to step out of the studio already, but we will try and get to Senator John Akpanu Dehe, the secretary to the Maimala Buni-led caretaker committee of APC, of course, the national body, to have an idea of what is happening, especially the internal wranglings in the party, and also who holds the structure of APC in Abia State. Many thanks to you for joining this morning on the platform. The program returns on Wednesday. Many thanks to my producer, Samson Eze and Oyaya Basijimi, and the guys behind the visuals on our Facebook page, Solomon and Stanley. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Stay out of trouble. Enjoy the first official work day of the week, and be hardworking. My name is Michael Oni.